Hi, I'm Dan from DTS Solutions, and in this video today I'll be giving you my initial impressions and thoughts on the Motorola Mototurbo Ion Smart Radio. So we received our two Ion starter packs, so they come in this very nice Peli case. Each has two Ion smart radios within it, as well as a variety of different wired and wireless accessories, some of which you can see here. We received them about a week ago, so we've had a week or so to actually get hands-on with these devices, set up them on our internal Capacity Plus system here at our office, set them up with the Wave app as well and a few other applications as well. So this video is really just designed to give our initial impressions, talk about some of the fantastic stuff we've found about these amazing devices, but also touch on some of the honest negative points we found as well. So I'm now up close and personal with the Mototurbo Ion, so what I'll just do quickly is shut it down and start it up again just so you can see what that process is like. We've had our demo units now for about a week, so we've been putting them through their paces, we've added them onto our internal DMR system here, so I'll just start that up again. Overarching impressions when you get hold of the Ion, it is a big device, it's a chunky device, it needs to be for the kind of roles it's going to be used in and for the durability it needs to have. Just as we can hear that's the narrowband side of things powering on that top display first, so I can already start making narrowband calls, in this case on our Capacity Plus system here, change channel, emergency calls, that kind of thing, whilst the Android side of things is powering up. So I'm not going to touch too much on the specs because you can go to our website, which is www.dts.solutions, and see the full spec sheet there. But all the key specs you'd expect are there. So IP68 rated for dust and liquid ingression, tested to all sorts of military standards. Motorola Solutions have done a fantastic video where it shows you some of the tests that this unit is put through. It really does cover sort of every extreme of temperature and dust and all that kind of thing, so it's worth going and having a quick look at that. You've got Gorilla Glass, which can be used with gloves on, and everything else like that on that display. So yeah, really impressive and good specs for the kind of environment it's going to be used in, security, facilities management, logistics, and that sort of thing. So now that my Android side of things is all powered on, I can actually access all of my radio stuff almost as its own separate app through that. So this covers my narrowband radio, so I can see recent, I can change channel, I can change zones. There's a few other useful things that I can do, like view the battery and other bits and pieces, or change the audio setup. There's a number of other things. The main back end of setting up the narrowband radio though is actually done through Radio Central, which if you've got access to it via Motorola Solutions, it's a really simple way and really effective way of programming whole fleets of radios, but you need to have access to that in order to make significant programming changes on the narrowband side of things here. So the one thing I have noticed, I don't know if you've picked up on it, I've had a couple of times where I've touched the display and it's just seemed not quite as responsive as I've normally found an Android device to be. I don't know if that's because I've still got the screen protector on, but sometimes it takes a couple of swipes. It seems to be behaving itself at the moment. So yeah, that's fine. I might just be missing something, or as I say, it might be because I've still got the sort of the cover on. Android wise, as you can see, we've tested it out with all sorts of different apps. Everything works as you'd expect, with one notable exception that I'll cover later on within this video. So in fact, what I'll just do quickly is I'll go to the camera. This is actually a 13 megapixel camera, so it's a good quality camera. It's certainly going to be more than adequate enough for people that are using this device to do their role. The downside, or the only downside, is it's only a rear facing camera. There is no front facing camera, so anybody that wants to take selfies, I don't know, on their Ion is going to struggle to do that. They'll have to turn the camera around and have a bit of a guess. But the camera is very good. It's certainly more than adequate against what most people will need. So just going to have a quick look at Wave as well. So just from a broadband push-to-talk perspective, just touched on the narrowband, but we'll just have a look at Wave PTX now. And again, everything works as you'd expect, with a slight oversight, I guess, from Motorola, which I think I've been told is being fixed in the next few weeks, probably the next couple of months as a worst case scenario. And that's it. If I try and make a push-to-talk call, you'd expect there to be some kind of way of getting the push-to-talk button on the side here to favour the broadband, the Wave PTX app for push to talk over the narrowband, in this case DMR Capacity Plus side of things. But if you press, it automatically reverts to narrowband, and there doesn't seem to be any kind of way of getting that changed. So I have to press the push to talk button on the display itself to make that call on Wave broadband. So yeah, a little bit of an oversight, a little bit of a disappointment, but I think it is something that's going to be resolved in the next couple of weeks. But given it's Motorola's own push to talk broadband app, you'd kind of hope that would have been working from day one. But I think probably by the time this video goes live and you're seeing it, that'll probably be resolved anyway, so no issue there. Just touching on some of the other specifications, so you've got a 2820 Impress 2 milliamp hour lithium ion battery on the back. Again, not really had a chance to put it fully through its paces, it's only been a week, but certainly seems very good, seems more than adequate, and seems to run really well. But obviously we'll keep you posted as we find out more about that. It's 4 gig of RAM in the device, 32 gig of internal storage. Again, I think that's going to be absolutely fine for the kind of people and the kind of environments that this is going to be used by. So yeah, that's absolutely fine. As I say, everything all very well laid out. There's a few audio accessories that we've got here as well, so far as Bluetooth is concerned. So I've got like a Bluetooth remote speaker mic just here behind the Ion. I've got a couple of Bluetooth Motorola wireless earpieces. Again, audio quality from the device as well is absolutely outstanding in our experience so far, both on the narrowband, so in this case DMR Capacity Plus side of things, and on the broadband side, so where we've tested it with Wave. Really good, no complaints there at all, and yeah, certainly seems to be a lot better than a lot of the other multi-mode devices that we've tried. So that's really good. So overarching, we're really impressed. It definitely does have an excellent place to fit here within the UK market especially. So there's a couple of things that slightly take the shine off it, maybe a couple of disappointments, oversights, one of which is a bit more of a big deal than the other one. So the first one is, and the one we've probably had the biggest pushback on, has been the price. So these are retail at £1,740 plus VAT each. And initially, most people will hear that and they'll think, oh, that sounds horrendous. But if you actually stop and think for more than a couple of minutes, and you think of what this device is and what it's designed to achieve, you can kind of see how it makes sense. So I've got over here, I've got a DP4801E as a radio. I've also got the Lex L11 ruggedized Android smartphone from Motorola. And it really is designed to replace kind of both of these elements, your smart device, smartphone aspect of things, and your two-way radio. And a ruggedized smart device, you're going to be spending 600, 700, maybe up to £1,000, maybe even more for a good ruggedized Android smart device. And then looking at the two-way radio side, a premium radio, feature-rich radio, which would most compare to the features you've got in an Ion, like the 4801E, would be about £600, £550, £600 recommended retail price. So you can see where the two kind of things come into play and how they've got to that kind of price. Like the Hytera, the PDC 760, when that came out, that's sort of probably one of the most other recognised versions of this, but been out for a good few years now, to be fair. When that came out around this kind of price as well. So it's not too big a shock, and certainly I don't imagine there'll be many people, particularly if you're buying these in quantities, that will pay recommended retail price for this device. You'll probably get a few % off of it as well, and it is a brand new device. I'd sort of hasten to add that, so there may be some price changes as the months and years go on. I genuinely don't know. The other disappointment, which is not really something I can massively get my head around, it's a bit more of a big deal to us, is that you can't make phone calls on the Ion, certainly not traditional cellular phone calls. And that is a real disappointment when you think about what this device has been designed for and who it's designed to be used by. You're looking at somebody who's often going to have it's meant to replace a smartphone and a radio, but a lot of the time people that need that smart device are needing the phone call aspect of it. So I'm a bit surprised that Motorola didn't include that. Now, there are ways and means around it. So we've downloaded a few apps for Android that would allow you to make phone calls over data. but there's also no way within the settings. So within most Android smart devices, or smartphones I should say, there is usually a setting that allows you to automatically select or prefer the device for phone calls, so to select an app. So if there's an app that you'd favour rather to do phone calls, but you don't have any kind of ability, it just seems to be locked down. There's nothing in here that allows you to do that. So yesterday we were testing with Critical Arc, their OmniGuard app, and they allow phone calls as part of that, and they will select whatever app is standard for making phone calls. So if there was just a way to associate that with like a SIP account, that would have been so much better, but that feature seems to be completely removed. So it's something we're talking to Motorola about, because to me that seems like the biggest sort of area of weakness of this device, because certainly all the high tier smart devices do tend to do that, allow the phone calls, certainly the multi-mode devices of this kind of pricing. So yeah, it seems to be a bit of an oversight. There are ways and means around it. But I think overarching, because I want to leave on a positive note, because this is an absolutely brilliant device. It is something that we're really going to be proud to show off and demonstrate. I can't think of too many areas that this wouldn't fit in for people that are looking to combine that, if we can find a way around that phone issue. So yeah, if you want to arrange a demo for this kind of device, or if you want to arrange a demo for the Ion, we are now doing it. At the moment it's all done, or most of our demos are done remotely, given we're still in the midst of COVID-19 lockdown still. So do feel free to drop us a line, and we'd be more than happy to set up a demo.
So I really hope you found that review, albeit quite brief, really helpful. If you'd like to know more about the Ion, we've got a couple of blogs live on our website at the moment, which can be found on www.dts.solutions. You can always feel free to give us a call as well on 0800 542 7860, or email sales@dts.solutions for more information. We're hoping to have a lot more review videos of this kind going live over the coming weeks, so do keep posted on our YouTube channel, keep checking out our website news section as well. Thanks very much.